David Kenyon Webster's story was immortalized in Band of Brothers. This is his first-hand account, Parachute Infantry, now in paperback. You're listening to Michael Feldman's Whad'ya Know from PRI, Public Radio International.
Pointing at people for? They don't like to be pointed at. Just come here to point at people? Go backstage. Go backstage. It's our producer. Doesn't know. He just points at people. He expects people to jump. Dick Mitchell, who's in the audience here from Eagle River, he's retired. Doesn't say from what. Dick, are you around here somewhere? Yeah. Does Clyde look familiar to you, Dick?
Well, I recognize the name. I recognize the name. I'm from Park Falls originally, and now looking at Clyde, I see that he wasn't from Park Falls.
Okay.
Thank you.
I guess I don't know what you mean by that. Dick. Clyde, you're not from Park Falls originally, are you, Clyde?
No.
Yeah, okay. So there was a Clyde Stubblefield in Park Falls?
Yeah, they were rather notorious also.
They were also. Okay, the Stubblefields were in Park Falls? Notorious for what?
Well, I kind of hesitate to say because of the lawsuit situation.
But you don't think Clyde is one of them? Oh, okay. All right. Well, that's good, I guess. This theater is supposedly haunted. Did you know that? Yeah, and we got a guy. I just want to acknowledge him here. Todd Roll. Is it pronounce it Roll?
Yeah, Roll.
Todd Roll is here. He's with the Paranormal Society. Todd, come here. Stand up for a second. Meet Todd Roll. Paranormal is like,
Should I wave? Should I wave on radio?
You can wave if you want. The paranormal is kind of like paralegal or something.
Oh, yeah.
There's two of you, right?
Sure, yeah, there are two of us.
And this, you actually recorded a ghost voice.
Oh, sure. We did, yeah. Actually, right up in that spotlight room there.
Oh, see, they ran it too soon. Can you run that again, you guys? This is what
that was scary.
Todd's crew.
Not getting the normal, stuff that you get in this room. I'll go back over here. Are we supposed to be recording these fights? Right there. I don't know if we are or not. We haven't been so...
It sounds a lot like your crew talking, actually.
Well, yeah, and a lot of it was our crew talking.
Has it been a ghost crew talking?
Well, that's what we like to think.
Yeah.
It's that spotlight room right back there.
Where this gentleman here is sitting?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, did
Well,
that person buy a ticket?
No, that seat was empty a minute ago.
That's what I thought.
Unbelievable. And
need
you,
a brain for it.
the thing that amazes me, angel hair fell on Wausau.
Yes, it did in 1983.
A lot of people don't know this.
Yeah, I might have some in my pocket if I look.
Did you bring your angel there? Oh, I'm so excited. He travels with his angel. This is the angel. Tell us about the incident.
Well, I should probably explain what angel hair is. It's
hair from angels, isn't it?
This is the wrong bag.
Wrong bag. What was in that bag there, Todd? Can I see that for a second? Forget the angel hair.
I have a dog. That's
Yeah,
why
yeah,
I carry
yeah,
bags.
yeah.
Yeah,
Treats,
whatever.
yeah.
Dog.
actual
That's
angel?
it right there. What do you think?
This is obviously angel hair.
Yeah.
And this fell on the...
Wausau in 1983, October 17th.
Yeah.
And what angel hair is it's white stringy stuff, and it falls out of the sky. In this case, it was a clear blue sky. It was all over the neighborhood where I lived.
Yeah.
What, are you smelling it? Or?
I'm going to smoke it in a minute.
Well, it's sticky. Yeah, it's sticky. It's sticky, so that's why it's in the bag.
Yeah.
I don't want it to get on your fingers.
I've just never seen angel hair.
Yeah, well, and one of the theories is that it's either spider's webs or it could be stuff out of cottonwood trees. But no, there it is.
It could be the hair of angels.
Or the hair of the dog.
I think you've proved it to me. Thank you,
well,
Todd.
thank you
Very
very
nice to meet you. Todd Roll, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Paranormal. That was angel hair. Gary Kruger is here, all the way from Westboro. I guess. Where is Gary? He's here now. He doesn't want to admit it because is that your wife with you there, Gary? He's your wife? No. Oh, this is Gary. Gary, come on. You weren't in a fetal position. How are you?
Hi.
Are you a hunter then, Gary?
A little bit.
Yeah. What do you hunt?
Anything that's out there.
Yeah. You do turkey thing?
No, not yet.
No. Because you got to wear, like, fatigues and makeup and all that for that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think your question is a good one here, Gary. I'll let you ask it.
Well, I didn't write it.
You didn't write it?
No, my buddy wrote it for me.
Did you know what he wrote?
No, I have no idea what he wrote.
Who's your buddy?
Scott Broman.
Scott, you wrote this? Well, I guess, Scott, you should read it. Scott, it's only fair.
What is it? Okay, if I were alone in the woods and made a decision about which way to go without a woman around, would I still be wrong?
You should have taken credit for that. That was a good line. Nice to meet you, Scott. Gary. All right. We've got Megan Zumach, who has over-controlling parents, and I think we can get to the bottom of this, Megan. Megan, how are you? Yeah, come on here for a second. He'll let you out there, I think. How old are you, Megan?
I'm 16.
You're 16, and they're still over-controlling you?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you have tight restrictions when you can go in and...
Well, I have to be home by 12 most of the time. And
well, gee, that's unreasonable. It should be really 2 or 3, I think. You should just punch in at 2 or 3 in the morning. That'd be perfectly fine.
And I just knock on their door and I say, I'm home.
Yeah. Well, you have your own key, you have your own cell phone, you have your own car.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'd say you're clearly over-restricted, Megan. And I think someone from Human Services is going to hear about this.
Yeah, probably.
Where do you go to school, Megan?
Phillips.
Is it Phillips?
Phillips High School. We're not that big.
Yeah. The fighting...
The loggers.
The fighting loggers of Phillips. Megan, and I hope they lighten up on you soon. Very nice to meet you, dear.
Thank you.
That's Megan Zumach, ladies and gentlemen. You hear about these stories, but you don't believe them. Unbelievable. Next, they're going to take her cell phone and make her pay for that, too. Patty Dernbach is here. And she's got turkeys. So these guys who want to hunt turkeys, they can just go in her yard. If you're looking for the turkeys in this area, they're all in Patty Dernbach's yard. Is that true?
Yes, it is.
You have a big yard, or what do you got?
We have about 80 acres.
80 acres?
Mm-hmm, in Rib Mountain.
Yeah, and all the turkeys are there?
Well, we got lots of them. They keep multiplying.
Yeah. And they're kind of noisy, aren't they? They make terrible noise.
Sometimes, but they're becoming very friendly. They're not really wild. So if anybody's a turkey hunter...
Just go up to them and club them is what you're saying, really. You don't have to... This is perfect, then, because there's so much trouble. They're getting in the mud and the muck and the fatigues and their camouflage and the grease paint and all that.
That's funny.
You guys still do that?
Well, I don't know. I don't hunt. And we don't allow hunting.
If they are in your yard, can you kill them legally anytime you want?
I have no clue, but I wouldn't.
Think so.
But I wouldn't want to. I mean, I don't like deer hunting or anything.
Oh, you don't?
Whoops.
So if you see somebody in fatigues and grease paint on their elbows and knees crawling in your yard...
They're in trouble.
Okay. So forget you ever heard this. I'm sorry we brought it up. It's a turkey preserve.
Meeting you. Could be.
Thank you very much. Patty Dernbach, leave her turkeys alone. We have lots of people to talk to, and I'll try to get to some other people as we go along here. We want to keep the show rolling right along here, and so we're going to get to the What Do You Know quiz. Chance for you to win fabulous prizes simply for being who you are and knowing what you know. Before we can do that, though, this gentleman here in the front row, I'll get you to stand up, sir, and address the group as a whole. You are?
My name is Bob Barrington.
Bob Barrington from?
Antigo.
From Antigo. We didn't mention Antigo, so that's a good thing. Bob, would you do the honors, please, the 4 disclaimers?
I will. Number 1, all questions used on What Do You Know have been painstakingly researched, although the answers have not. Ambiguous, misleading, or poorly worded questions are par for the course. Listeners who are sticklers for the truth should get their own shows. Number 2, my son was a Cronenwetter, but he grew out of it. Sorry, Matt. Number 3, persons employed by the International House of Radio or its member stations are lucky to be working at all, let alone tying up the office phones trying to play the quiz. Listeners who have won recently should sit on their hands and let someone else have a chance for a change. And number 4, all opinions expressed on What Do You Know are well-reasoned and insightful. Needless to say, they are not those of the International House of Radio, its member stations, or lackeys. Anyone who says otherwise is itching for a fight.
Well done. Very well done. Thank you so much. Now let's see the hands of those of you who want to try them at the quiz. That's right. It could be you, finally, after all this time. You've been waiting. You've heard it. You said, I can do better than that. Darn it. I knew that question, and they didn't pick me. Why not? All right, dear, you seem to want this more than anyone else, so that's usually a mistake. Usually a mistake. Usually. Hi, dear, how are you? All right, don't scare me. Don't scare me. I'm very sensitive and shy.
Hi, Michael.
Hi, how are you?
Oh, I'm delighted now.
Oh, good. Before you were depressed and maudlin, maybe...
Oh, you know, I'm never depressed or maudlin.
Yeah, okay, you go through those swings,
I'm really
maybe.
happy.
Yeah.
It's disgusting.
Yeah, you're a happy person by nature. Your name is?
I'm Sally Peterson.
Hi, Sally. Very nice to meet you.
It's nice meeting. We met before.
Of course we did.
Don't...
And I treasure that night always, Sally.
I've always valued that moment.
I just didn't want to bring it up in front of, other people.
We brought a present for you.
We did. Oh, you didn't have to do that?
Can we do it now?
I suppose if you want to just give me whatever you brought, sure. What is it?
It's rhino seasoning.
Rhino seasoning. Oh, wonderful, because you never know what to put on a rhino when you're cooking it up.
My husband's nickname is Rhino, spelled without the H. That's because he had the H scared out of him a long time ago.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much for the rhino seasoning there.
You're welcome.
Very nice. On the Boca Burgers, and it's kosher le Pesach, as we say, Beckham. Now, give me one good reason why you should play this quiz.
Because this is a lifetime dream of mine, and you have now fulfilled it.
Okay, we can just quit right here while we're at it. What do you think? Yes, okay, you have to go in through these doors here, I believe, to get to the stage. Come through these doors of knowledge. Let's go backstage through the door of wisdom. Wait a minute, we're in the hallway here somewhere. That was the door outside. We were out in the alley. We were in the alley of wisdom. Out in the alley with... We're in the alley with Sally. You mean there's only... She's making sheep noises. I'm really worried about this choice. It's bad enough we walked out in the alley together. So this is the only one that works here. Thank you very much, Stephen. Very nice. Come on, come this way, dear. It takes a little longer than usual, actually, to make this route. But the good thing is I got the rhino seasoning. Here you go, dear. Sorry to race ahead of you, but I was lost. See, now one would assume that their doors were, this door led up to the stage, that door would lead up to the stage. One would be wrong. All right, full name, please. Last name first.
Last name
yeah,
first?
Last name first.
Peterson.
Peterson.
S-O-N.
Okay.
Sally.
Okay.
Do you want my middle name?
SS number? I'll get this later. I can fill this in later. Okay. Sally, how are you?
I'm well, thank you.
What do you do in life, Sally?
Well, I'm fortunately very retired.
You're retired?
Yeah. My husband retired from operating engineers, and he said, if I don't have to work, neither do you. And I went, yes.
And money? Was money brought up at any point?
Well,
what you're going to do for it and all that?
Well, we just kind of go out on the street and alms for the poor.
Yeah. So you're from rich backgrounds or something. You got some family money or something, and the seasoning probably is a little...
Well, I'm hoping that that's going to work out.
Yeah.
This is a recipe my husband started a long time ago.
Yeah.
And
smells good.
It's I'm hoping that that's something that we can have a little cottage industry.
Yeah. So we
have a little cottage. You know what you're talking about?
Oh, you do, yeah.
Yeah, well, they're building it right now.
Oh, they are?
Yeah.
Wow, that's terrific.
On the shores of Lake Mohawkson in beautiful downtown Tomahawk.
Tomahawk's a cool town. And so originally, where are you from, though?
Well, I was born and raised in Indiana, and then I met and married my husband in California, and that's where we did our careers.
Your careers were in what field?
I was a bus driver for Golden Gate Transit.
You were?
Beep, beep.
Yeah, and was he as well?
No, he was a heavy-duty equipment mechanic and welder.
Cool. So
I had to practice that.
Did you have a little trouble with the frame on your bus or something? So you brought it into him? Is that sort of what happened?
Yeah, we met on a blind date.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that went well.
Yeah, pretty good. I knew right away he was the one, but it took him a little time.
Really? To convince him? Or just...
No, he just didn't realize it. Those subliminal messages I kept giving to him at night was, it finally kicked in.
Yeah, I'm sure they were subtle. Whatever they were. Sally, it's great to have you here. You know how this quiz works? Someone out there calls in to play along with you?